Yeah, I'm working 9 to 5, this 9 to 5 don't work for me. I gotta find my way up out, this ain't how it's supposed to be. Feel like I'm settling for less, that's why I gotta leave. They may not understand it, it's not for them to see. Cause it's my vision and it's not yours, no. And you won't get it until reverse rolls around and around. I put my dreams on hold, you told me how that sound. I wish my dreams could pay cause I work for right now. Ain't had nobody yesterday gon' hold me down. While I chase these dreams and know my goals. Chase these dreams and know my.
Hey everybody, this is Let's Vamonos, and my name's Desiree, and we are here at the Cargo Vintage Ladies on the pink couch again this month for our June Pride Month edition. So we have a special guest today. We have DJ Rosez.
Hey.
Excited to see you, have you here today with us and talk about all the things. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is your backstory of like, how did you get into the DJ business?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm super excited to be here, especially during Pride Month, because you know that's it for me. But I started DJing during COVID, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I saw like this news article that basically mentioned that like the best way to handle COVID or like being indoors for so long is to have a hobby and then work out. And so it just happened to be that I saw a YouTube video that said learn how to DJ with $500, and then I did it.
So were you working at the time during COVID?
Yeah, I was working from home, so I had some spare time to learn or pick up a new hobby. And then I was trying to have in mind that like there's not a lot of women in these spaces, so being able to have this hobby and make it into a craft to represent all these communities was something that I was very interested in.
So one of the reasons why we wanted to bring you on today is because you're Latina, you're a woman, you're also part of the LGBTQIA community, which is really awesome. I know that's something that we're really celebrating this month because it is Pride Month, obviously. Did that play in a role as well with you wanting to become a DJ?
Yeah, I mean, if we think about it, like percentage-wise, like the amount of women who are DJs, the amount of Latina women that are DJs, and the amount of women that are like Latina queer DJs, it's just even smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So being able to be in these spaces and represent, again, all the communities is super special to me. You know.
So have you had any, so obviously the highs and lows.
Yeah.
Have you had, what are some of the highs that you've had regarding getting into the DJ industry?
I think it's been super heartwarming to see that like other people who are like similar identities as me have like a little safe space where they continue to like go to the places where I DJ at.
Yeah.
So I mean, it happened at Tikila's, right? So I'm there every Tuesday with Buenas and Vicka with an accent.
There you go.
But what I think is really cool is like they know my story, so they continue to go at the places where I'm at. And I got to play at Pearl, which is a lesbian bar, and it was really, really cool to see like these women being able to express themselves, have like an intimate moment with their partners, and be able to listen to music that like sometimes is not very supportive of us, right? Like Latino music. So for them to be in those spaces, it was just very heartwarming to see that.
I love that. I love that too. I love how your community is supporting you as well, because that's what we're about here. That's what Let's Vamonos is about, supporting your local jefas. I'm going to call you a jefa.
That's right.
And all of those things because, you know, we are stronger together and being open as well. As far as some of the lows, though, have you experienced any lows since you've only been in the industry for a short period of time?
I have. I've learned that like because I'm all these different identities, right, and I take a very intersectional approach to things, that I have to like try like 10 times harder to make sure that like the music is quality, right? But even then, I've been in spaces where like, man, I've not been the most welcoming, and that's not usually like within the other DJs. It's been like more like not clients, but like guests in those spaces, right? So if I DJ at a venue, right, then like men can come up, and I think like men sometimes undermine me. I've had some guy who was like very assertive that at some point wanted to make something very physical at the time.
Right.
So I'm very fortunate that my friend John continues to come with me to all my gigs to make sure that I'm safe.
That's great. That's great. And that's interesting also that you're experiencing that, because I think also as a society, sometimes people think that when you see a woman in a spot that's out of the norm, that it's okay to approach, or it's okay to do those things, right? And it seems a little like it's off limit. Everything's like, you know, you can just do whatever you want, and that's not the way it goes, guys. So that's good that you have also some help as well, because safety is a big big thing these
Yeah.
days, right? Want to be
Yeah.
safe in all the environments that you're in. As far as your plans for the future, I know you've mentioned and talked about on your personal Instagram page regarding, like, you know, you're still working a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
you're still doing those things. Do you have plans on doing more full-time gigs?
So, you know what's really funny is that I started this, right? And I started this right after I got my master's.
Oh, okay.
So the funny thing is a lot of people don't know that I have a master's. They just see like, oh, she's a DJ, right? And so I know that I worked really hard in like academia and like I really love doing equity work. Like that is my bread and butter, right? But I also love DJing. And so if there's, I don't know if there's a way to balance both, but I feel like we have so many opportunities in this life to why not be able to do both. Right? But maybe at some point I'll probably be a full-time DJ because it's a lot of time, but it's super fun.
Yeah. I love that. So you have a master's in
Industrial Organizational Psychology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would have never known about you. That's awesome that you're sharing that with us, because that's not something that's out there in the open.
Yeah, it's not.
But we got to toot our own horn.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, we got to toot our own horn.
Did you know there's only like 4% of women that have like a master's degree or like Latinas?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I have heard of that.
Super rare, so it's just being able to be in these worlds, right? Like in academia and also in the industry and be able to say like, nah, I got both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Any words of wisdom you'd like to give out to women of your community that, you know, as far as like, you know, motivation or inspiration, anything you like to talk to them or tell them about how to achieve their goals or dreams? I
think most importantly is to be proud, right? And proud of like what you have to offer and who you are as an individual, because that strength carries you elsewhere, you know? So, I mean, it's taken me a while to understand like who I am and what my preferences are, but I've never felt so better and alive knowing that like this is me up front and like people have liked it. So.
Yeah, I think I understand that, because I think once you own who you are, people just either you accept it, they're acceptant of it, or they're not. And the ones that are the ones you got to get drawn to, and the ones that aren't, you know, push them aside. Make room for others, right? But great advice, great words of wisdom. I really am so glad to have you on here and to share a little bit about your story. Where can we follow you and support you?
So my Instagram is DJ Rosez with a Z at the end, and on my bio it has a link tree with all the needed items that you can reach out. So this can be my SoundCloud, other interviews that I've been at. But once again, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and I know you're on Tikila the Heights.
Yeah.
So if you want to go check her out, where can we find you?
Yes. So Tikila is every Tuesday with Vicka and Accent. We host a Lotieria Night with Buenas. Come out. It's 7 to 10. It's a good time, good vibes, and great drinks.
Yeah, and you'll catch me there this coming Tuesday, because I'm planning on being there. It's been nothing but the rave. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I definitely will be there next Tuesday.
Hey, women empowerment.
There you go. Thank you so much. And as always, thank y'all for the love and support. Let's vamonos. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. Thank you to our sponsors for all the love and support.